I'm Andrew Armstrong, this is the Back Office, and today I have a very special guest, the legendary philanthropist and entrepreneur, Mr. Richard Gregory.
Hello there.
And Richard is joining me today because we're going to talk a little bit about scientific phenomenons. So I printed something off the internet. This is a topic that Richard has not studied yet. I don't know if he's aware of it. He might be. He's probably more up to date on these things than I am. The first almost fully formed human brain grown in a lab has been created recently.
Oh.
Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
Cool.
No, wow.
It's probably about a week old, this news. Basically, a research team has taken some, I think, skin cells, mixed them up with some stem cells and turned them into brain cells in a sort of test tube.
Yeah.
And apparently it's about the size of a pencil eraser. And it looks a little bit like a little fetusy thing. And it's a lump of brain, a little bit of brain stem, some retina.
Whoa.
And what they're going to do is use this for testing drugs on, for Alzheimer's and things like that. And this is a 12-week...
Will it get the vote? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's got the maturity of a 5-week-old fetus.
All right.
So that's probably better than most politicians.
I'll vote for it.
They can't make it grow further than 5 weeks old because they haven't yet grown the artificial heart needed to support it. Now,
there's a catch.
First reactions.
Well, I didn't think they were allowed to do these sort of things, were they? Are they allowed to sort of create life in a test tube these days? I thought especially human, can they mess with stem cells?
Well, okay, well let's explore that. Creating life. Are we creating life?
Well, once you let stem cells go, surely they should be able to kick off the whole growing process. I mean, but what I don't know how a single cell becomes a fetus and becomes a fully fledged animal anyway. It's a miraculous sort of process, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, does it count as life if it's not self-supporting? If it can't...
if it can't reproduce, it's not life.
So that's probably the very loose definition.
It could be sentient, it could have a personality and everything like that, but not be classifiable as life. Wouldn't that be strange?
And the thing that kind of... I've got mixed emotions about this because I think that... I wonder whether it can think. I mean, clearly it can't because I'm pretty sure we know you can't think at 5 weeks old. But it sort of is slightly disturbing. The reason they're using it is because it's a better analogue for testing these brain drugs than mice and rats. So that's what they want to use it for. So the reason for having it is a good reason. But it just seems that maybe it's unethical. I mean, if it could think... sitting there in its little petri dish.
It's not going to be able to sort of comment, is it? It's not going to be able to sort of say, how are you feeling today? It's not going to be able to sort of... So, that last drug, that's brilliant, I love that one. What can they do? They can make measurements of activity. I suppose it must have brain waves of some sort, or start to build up brain waves, but... that's...
I suppose one question...
Crude measurement.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this. If you're going to smash a bit of brain off something, would you feel less guilty smashing a bit of petri dish brain than cracking open a rat's head and smashing its brain? Because that's really what they're doing here. They're smashing up brains, injecting stem cells and drugs to see if it grows back.
I guess given that we've said it's not life because it can't reproduce, then ethically it's a long way at the other end of the spectrum, isn't it, from life as opposed to a rat that presumably does have consciousness. So I think it's got to have consciousness before we can be morally worried about it.
So it has to be sentient goo.
Yeah.
I'm just looking here if there's any. There's probably lots of interesting things. I didn't print out much on this. So it's basically growing the different components of the brain and central nervous system. So perhaps we'll be able to grow brains in the future, or maybe we can use a bit of this to grow some of...
Or to make our own brains carry on growing, indeed.
You could keep them in a bag.
Yes. Have a sort of cranial extension, wouldn't you? Just sort of cut round there and just sort of start stacking it up. It could be
No,
Could be the fashion, couldn't
Richard, you're being ridiculous here
Oh,
because
of course
we
I
all
am.
know we all know you would take the top off somebody's head,
it? Yeah.
put the stuff on that makes their brain grow bigger, and there would be a huge dome jar, with some electrodes,
Yeah.
and that's sort of just scientific. We've seen that in the movies since the
That's pretty
50s.
done then, isn't it?
So, for the people watching in YouTube land, I hope we've covered all the deeper ethics of this subject.
The only way is ethics.
And if you've got any comments, please leave them in the box below. And Richard will be no doubt on YouTube answering those comments directly because he'll be more than happy to waste his time doing that.
Indeed. Got nothing better to do.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.